Hi ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Nate and the Mutts here. So this is just a little video that I made of the dogs playing and teaching them how to have a bit of a thing called bite inhibition. Mr. Fox, can you stop that noise please, or you'll go to Alaska. In this video I hope to teach you a magic word. Each of these dogs you see in this has their own individual word. So if I say that one word, they know they go to their own timeout or reset or naughty corner or whatever you want to say. So hopefully by understanding how their tails act, there's going to be a bite incident in this. There's going to be a bite incident in this video of that little black dog in the middle there getting frustrated. He's also the one that's next to me now and is making the noise. Come here please. Thank you. Sit down. It's okay, relax. So once you understand that a tail in the air means beware, all right? And then there's 50 different types of licks, but if you only really look at 4, one little where it peeks out just doesn't quite come out of their mouth, they're under too much stress to show their tongue. And up to number 4, where they lick all the way to the back of their mouth as if they've been eating or there's something in their mouth, where they're then comfortable enough, still under some stress or calming signal, but they're comfortable enough to show their tongue and be vulnerable for that little bit of a second, saying to the other dogs they want to get along. Now when dogs shake off from head to tail, they do a quick shake, it means they're over the last event, ready to move on. So we all know about the whites of the eyes and growling and hackles and things like that. Basically, what animals are doing is telling massive amounts of information all of the time. Now none of these animals together here could either get along with a male, other dogs, or have had a serious significant incident that deemed them unacceptable for regular adoption, rehoming, or things along those lines. I am certified by the RSPCA New South Wales in 2000 and many moons ago, 4, to be an assessor, a body language interpreter, and cats, dogs and horses, specifically working with dogs for the majority of the time. Unfortunately, in that position, it was also what decided that lives and dies, and therefore having to euthanize personally and deciding on thousands of animals as well. There are better ways now and better techniques. In 2012, just for a bit of research, and check out the person who's telling you how to do the things with your dog. Don't just take it verbatim. SBS Insight, A Tail End, Newcastle Herald, Nate, my little boy, Montana, and last name Barnes, is my German Shepherd. He's the one who showed me a massive amount of interactive body language behaviours that dogs say to each other. So what we think, and there's a lady in Norway or in Northern Europe, Torrid Rutgers, and she's got a book and a thing out early 2000s called Calming Signals, and that expresses, and it was the first thing where I began to realise that dogs had this hidden language that we just ignore. So basically there's 50 types of licks that I've figured out, well over 40 types of tail positions, at least 18 to 20 ear movements. There's blinking, which is a calming signal trying to reduce stress. Now, a stress can be a positive on the body as well as a negative. If we look at, we're at a sporting concert or a music concert, or if, heaven forbid, we can get back and hug family or things along those lines. These are all situations that's something outside of the normal homeostatic levels within your body, or your normal levels. So that's a stress, anything whether it's happy or sad. So dogs will actually, when you see them in a dog park, they'll attempt to reduce the other animal's stress. The big dog in the middle of the screen, the cream one, with her tail straight in the air, that means beware. So she's asking the other dog, and the other little one standing right next to him, see there with his little tail wag, he was freezing at that time. Dogs who don't move are cautious. They're apprehensive. Like people, when we freeze, it's the same sort of thing. So when we raise our hands or put our hands up towards our face or to defend ourselves, we're not attacking someone, but that's saying stop doing what you're doing please, or let's just wait. Or even if you put your hands up open, facing away, saying I don't want anything to do with it. That's a similar thing to the dog's tails, saying to the animals their basic intention. So in a minute, we're going to have a bit of a bite incident here, and it'll go into some slow motion of this licking and doing things. So hopefully we'll be able to get a bit more of an understanding. Right then, that little white dog just did a quick shake off from head to tail, letting all the other animals know it's over the last event. So I'm teaching Angel here some restraint, also how to play tug-of-war, and we've got a few little things that she does. She just gets overexcited. So we've got to get her used to it, and the other one, they're teaching them to play, because she used to attack the dogs when they'd go and try to steal her toys. So now we're teaching her to play. She's got to learn to stop head shaking, but we're getting there, and Lulu's helping out lots. The other dog, little black one, wants to get involved, but basically his energy's too high, hence he's barking. Sorry about the noise in the background, I dare say it's going to be high pitch. So Angel's now learnt that bring the toys back and bring the things back to us, and she'll keep playing with them and interacting. So exactly that. And little Luke, the little tan one that's just come over near him, he couldn't be near males or anything else, the one who I'm patting now. So he couldn't be near males, and he had a bit of an issue with just life and not really knowing it. He still does. Every now and again, he's just got to a point of where he wants to make a decision, he chooses to do that. So this is teaching him some bite inhibition and bite training. The big wolfhound there, she used to kill dogs. Not her fault, she lived on a chain for 6 years. See that tail moving in a circle right there? That's a happy tail. That's expectation of a positive event. So whenever you see a dog's tail spin in a circle like that, they're expecting a positive event. Angel, the little tricoloured one making the noise, in the middle with the tail in the air. Like Lulu's tail, the cream one straight there. It's a happy, see that happy movement? Now, a wagging tail does not mean a happy dog. A dog will wag its tail just before it bites, attacks, or defends itself. It means they're attentive. So we're going to have a bit of an incident here soon, so yeah. What I also just noticed is the cream dog, the big one, Lulu, and the little tricoloured bull terrier just walking out of the screen. Can you two relax? They have a bit of a bite incident here. You're going to get to see Lulu, the big cream and white dog, and Angel coming over. So Angel's bringing a toy, wants to play. She's going to drop the toy and do a bite, not trying to hurt, but a bite thing there. Lulu's then going to avoid, show teeth, and do a calming signal. That's that lick. Tail's in the air being still. Blinking, another calming signal telling her she doesn't want to fight, she doesn't want to engage. She's looking with the whites of the eyes. Stop for one. Children, go to Alaska, go to Wilson, or relax. Then she's going to give a shake off. Whatever happened in between there, I didn't notice. And continue to move on. So that's all the things. Banjo Patterson, go. That's all of the things the dogs are saying to talk to other animals. So the actual bite incident, right there, the little black dog that came in, his name's Mr. Fox, like the fantastic Mr. Fox. And Luke, the little one I'm spinning around and playing with, teaching him bite inhibition, because he used to bite people. So teaching him how to bite gentle. Trying. Only word I would say, or words I would say to always use is ow when it hurts you, and try to not stop saying no. When we say no, it's actually lodged in our brain from being told no many, many times before, and it's not just no. If you said frog or or whatever else instead of no, you don't have your boss, your partner, your friends, or your family's memories of that word saying no and you can't do this or whatever else is associated. It's called imprinting. So here's the bite thing. So see how Luke's trying to initiate play just by not nipping, just trying to bite near the neck. Now, Mr. Fox, the little black border collie cross, running back and forward, is a little anxious. They do play and they hang out, but Luke's a little forceful. So they're all learning how to interact with each other, as they all have to when new ones come and they've got their different levels. So basically they're all adjusting to Angel. The little... Here we go, here's the bite thing. First one, they come in, all good. Angel's there now getting patted. Cody's the big wolfhound that I'm patting now, and little Luke. Okay, good play. Lots of names, doesn't really matter. Just look for the licks, the eyes, the tails, the movement, and things along those lines. So, teaching Cody to do a silly, funny video thing with all the other dogs where they dance and go in and out of their legs. Once again, when their tail spins in a circle, it's a positive right there. They're expecting a positive event. So, let's see how we go here. See, Angel's just tried to initiate play, being a little bit of a brat, as she does. Sorry about the noise, this dog's barking. Got Luke in a puppy hold there. Just he was getting a bit hypo. There's only 2 spots they can't really hurt you, on their chest and behind their neck, but then they get very apprehensive. They don't like being held in those spots because it's the only 2 spots, So he's just playing. Now he's being hypo, so I'm giving him something else to distract, to go to. Instead of playing with me anymore, he needs something else. Now focusing on other animals and things.
Go play.
So crouching down sideways is a non-threatening position for the dogs. Basically, they learn to interact. Like facing front on is a bit of a threat, but crouching down sideways gives them comfort. They can come to or go wherever they want. Excuse me. So this is our puppy world. Hope it helps you understand what your dogs are really saying and interacting and what they're really going to do or not doing. So our world, these are the animals who need to learn to interact. When they have an issue, they need to have to come back together. There's other ways to do it, about 15. This is how I do things in our world. So Phoenix, the little white and red dog, he's sort of the boss thing. There we go.
Thank you. Come here.
I've just pointed at both of the dogs, given them an instruction to come back. Angel's come in between them, stopping a fight. It's called splitting in the dog world. Phoenix, because he's the boss, has come over to ask me if it's okay. The dogs are following where I'm pointing. They know how hard to bite. It's called bite inhibition. So Luke's not doing anything bad. He's just wanting to play, but he's being a bit forceful and not allowing the little black dog to come over. So they're going to get near there. Near each other, sorry. There's the initiation. Oh, would you like to play? And it was maybe a little bit too hard. There, the second one right there was too forceful. Now there's the teeth, the eyes, touched and no holes. Luke, running away, has done the warning licks and appeasement, moved his ears, doing the eyes. I've now given them both a finger direction because they've looked straight back at me. Another finger direction there on what to do. Mr. Fox followed the first one. Luke's the new dog in, so he's learning. So basically now they need to be near each other. They're under high stress still, so I'm pointing at Luke to tell him to not react. His tail's wagging as a result of expecting a positive event there. See the circle? So he knows that he's not in threat anymore. So I know that for a second. Angel's coming over again, as I mentioned, to split. I'm telling Luke to stay out of it when Angel comes in. So she's doing a calming signal. So if you see dogs fighting in a dog park or whatever else, or chasing each other, Luke's given a little calming signal. Other ones will come in and run in between them and deflect it and move them away. No animals like high stress. Little black dog's just given a shake off right there and a calming signal with flashing of the eyes. I'm directing Luke what I want. Come back to me. Sit down here and relax, because he was the one, even though he wasn't the assertive one or aggressive, whatever words you want to say, neither of that was aggressive. It was just saying, stop it, don't annoy me, don't do that. Phoenix, the little white and red dog, is actually the boss of all of them. He's been with me the longest, and so he knows the rules the most, and all the others have to follow pretty much what he says. So he's now asking me, is this okay? Do I need to get involved? Hopefully I give him a touch, because I'm watching it and talking to you. He's giving calming signal, so I should touch him, as I do there. Once again, Mr. Fox, the black dog, is being reactive. So I just give a hand signal. He's not reactive, he's bad, but he's freaked out because he doesn't want to get in trouble. There's issues going on. As he walked past Angel, then he closed his mouth, which means they can't show their tongue. So when they close their mouth, they're ultra stressed. Luke's got his tail still. He's looking away. He's giving calming signals. Mr. Fox is giving submissive signals by lowering his back end as he's walking in. I'm then going to give them a direction so they both have a listen, which is sit. Once they both sit near each other and things, they can still react, but for me, this is the start of how we start to heal. They're now looking at each other, with calming signals. Quick shake off there. I've got my hand in between for trust for both of them because they don't want to hurt me. If you do this and you don't understand full levels of body language, they may bite you in between there and start a dog fight. I'm just checking his face for holes. No holes because they understand. The wolfhound's coming over, doing calming, licking and things, trying to reduce the stress. Once again, Angel's checking on everyone, making sure it's all good. Luke's trying to make friends here. The little one, the other one's getting close, so they're getting close to being friendly again. I'm still giving finger directions to the one I'm patting, little Luke there, on what I want it to do. They need to come and be near each other and just relax.
Sit. Mr. Fox.
Now it's a quick lick saying I'm sorry, it's okay. Luke's just given a yawn, which is a calming signal showing their tongue once again. There's yawns for different reasons, but that one was saying, okay, I want to be friends, I didn't mean it, I'm sorry. By Mr. Fox, that kept moving away. Before he had to come back, sit down, I just shake my hands and say go play. Now all the other dogs know they can interact. So this is how we deal with issues, dog fights, and looking at their body language, and by having an understanding on what they're saying and why dogs come and push in or they get in between the other dogs. It's a matter of everything's for a reason. When they paw you, they want something. Whether it's they want to go home, they're worried, they're concerned. They want something when they paw you. Sometimes it's, I want to do this now, Ma, or Dad. And if you're busy, let's not do that. So once you've got an understanding on what they want, give them a direction. They're magic words for each of these dogs. Every single time they do something wrong, I give them an option. Stop doing that. Or Angel that I'm patting, for example, there, her word is Wilson off the Tom Hanks movie. Cody that I'm sitting there patting right now, the big wolfhound, hers is Tundra. The one I'm patting there is Solitary. So when I say that word, it doesn't affect any of the other dogs. I go and give them a pat. How you doing? Very good. Good boy, good gal. But when I say, the one I'm touching now, if I say Solitary, that means if she keeps doing whatever action, if that's looking at another dog, because they don't use treats or pats for animal communication, they use eye contact. So if she's staring or looking at another dog, and I say stop doing that or you'll go to Solitary, if she doesn't stop staring or move away or change her behaviour, if she's going near the bin, stop doing that or you'll go to Solitary. Come here, please. The key is, don't just tell them to stop doing something. Tell them what you want them to do. So instead of saying get out of the bin, yeah, you can say leave it, don't do that, whatever else. Try not to say no, as we mentioned, just because we get frustrated and our hormones that are released from within inside of our body. Dogs actually understand thoughts because that's how they work with assistance therapy. They can detect heart attacks, tremors, anxiety, whatever other thing, by the hormone changes within our body. So if we have a happy thought, or if we've got a negative thought, if we think of a word, I used to get called Goldilocks or Sideshow for my hair when I worked in the mines and things. When I hear those words, I think of those people and those things, and it's a positive for me. But if I'm saying no, 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 over, or don't do that, those dogs have those negative hormones coming out of there. If you said frog for the same negative, it's not the same thing. So this is our world. Once you've got an understanding of what they do, we'll get a little bit more detailed videos. This is our little area in the gates. And on the individual licks and yawns and doing all of that, shaking off as they just did, ready to move on.
Luke, Skywalker, or get out of
any money, all this is free for everything. I want everyone to do that. If you've got extra money or you can afford whatever money to donate, at the end of it I'll show you what my stuff goes to. All of these that are not my animals, with the exception of the little white one and one other one, I help fix other dogs and rescue groups, animals that they can't fix, and I don't ever ask for money. If you've got extra money and want to donate, it's going to go straight to vet bills and things for all these animals, or desexing of other animals that are around the area that people used to be breeding. And I have no problem with hunting dogs because they're for a purpose. They love it. But it's a matter of having the right behaviour and not beating them and not shooting them, and if they hurt themselves, and fixing them up and giving them the right protective equipment so that they don't actually have the opportunity as much to get hurt. People might not like that, but it's a part of life and that's how it is. Instead of fighting against things you don't like or don't agree with, and I, as I said, don't have an issue with that, or breeding. Selective breeding for people doing it responsibly with having animals with a home, who cares? Good to go. But when you're breeding and you don't care once they go, and that's easy fixed. A DNA... across the board, every dog that comes into a shelter gets DNA tested, and everyone's a registered breeder puts in their DNA. End of that problem. And mandatory mandatory desexing if you don't want to breed, unless you say you don't want to. Who cares? Most of the people say they don't want to. Not an issue. But offer free desexing at every animal organisation that earns over $1 million per year for a charity to help animals that are domestic pets. Desex them all, and we'll start there. This is our world. It's a sun rainbow, which was weird the other night. And hope you like what we're saying. This is all Montana and myself, my German Shepherd. That's me. And we love it here at Montana's Way because puppies are saved, clouds are made. We help you for free. If you can pass this information on, don't refer other people to get the info from me, or pass this video on, or anything you know, or learn from it. But it's not about me making money. I don't have money. I'm on a pension. I don't need money. I got solar, water, everything released, and enough money to pay for the vet bills and things, with the exception of at the very end where I've got to do a double hip replacement. So that's why I mentioned the donations and things for the very first time. Anyone who knows me for nearly 15 to 20 years, I used to charge $250 to $500 guaranteed results before I leave, and if the dog's behaviour is not fixed, I'll give you money back. 28,000 clients, stop counting it. It's not about me being good or bad. If you don't know who's saying it, or it's, I just train some dogs. Anyway, these are Neptune's hips, a little baby dog, and anyone who knows things about hips, he needs both. Take care from Nate and the Mutts.